sorry about that. The recording kind of cut a little bit, so I had to change some stuff up. But hopefully this time it should be running fine. So anyway, meanwhile, Plasma and I will work together on grabbing firewood and perhaps a little snack. Oh yippee oh boy! All right, everyone, let's get to it. Um, Plasma, would you come see me for a moment? Ooh, we're gonna get a talking to. Plasma, I just wanted to go over what we'll need for the campfire. Think roughly 10 tree branches to do the trick. So whenever you find one lying on the ground, just pick Y to pick it up. So yeah, there's that. I'm not gonna go over all of the tutorial stuff, and as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now that I will try to be, for lack of a better term, I guess, just speed running the tutorial, because the tutorial of this game is just way too stinking long. Every other Animal Crossing game has a tutorial that ends in some sense of a reasonable fashion, right? This game, on the other hand, it just goes and goes and goes, and it tells you, like, it doesn't really, it takes its time telling you how to, play the game, every part of it, every facet. Which is, it's a nice thing, because it's a kid's game at the end of the day, and it's a relaxing enough game to the point where I can feasibly see like actual like toddlers maybe playing this game, but like really sinking their teeth into it is another thing. It's kind of like how you never see like a child beating Mario Brothers, but you see like adolescents and like teenagers do it all the time, but like, the baby's first controller in their hand is never gonna, it's never gonna yield the craziest results. So with all the making fun of children out the way as early as possible, I want to just get it out the way and let everyone know that, like, if this is your first Animal Crossing game, this is your first time playing New Horizons, you're more than welcome to use me to help you skip along the earlier parts of the game. This should be plenty for our campfire. I'm glad that I'll be sharing this desolate island with such a hard worker. And speaking of surviving on this desolate island, Aztecs will be rounding up something to snack on. They look like oranges, they smell like oranges, and they even taste like oranges. In fact, they are 100% without a doubt genuine oranges, so will you collect 6 of them for me? Oh, what's this? You've already collected enough oranges for everyone. So yeah, while I was explaining everything, I happened to collect a couple oranges so I could speed this conversation up a little bit faster. And now is everything. Yes, believe is. Let's get started with the festivals. Festivities. Festivals. I might be dyslexic. At last, allow me to properly welcome you to your new island. I have I have participated in many ventures and endeavors over the years, but this may be the most exciting. Helping develop a thriving new community entirely from scratch will truly test my business acumen and perhaps my skills as an outdoorsman. So now, we may not have the kind of numbers I originally envisioned, but that just means we'll have to raise to the challenge. And I have no doubt with hard work and perseverance, we'll shape this deserted island into, I suppose I can't call this anymore a deserted island anymore. But what should we call it? I sense a great opportunity. As the first residents of this island, we should be the ones to name it. And in the spirit of democracy, we should put it to a vote. Majority rules. So take a little time to think, and when everyone is ready, I'll present your ideas. Merca, Mercabow. Merkabah. Ow. Merkabow. Merkabo. 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 Merkaboa. Merkabo. 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 Merko. Merkawa. Merkawa. Wait, no. Merkaboro. 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 Right, okay. Is everyone ready? Let's try saying our ideas at the same time. Ready? Go. Merkabo. What splendid variety. Yes, yes. Each one is a potential gem. Now for the voting. I'll say each name in order so you can clap for the one you think is the best. Plasma seems to have the enthusiasm and naming sensibilities. Let's start there. So Plasma suggested Merkabo. Wow, that's an overwhelmingly positive response. Each and every one of you clapped. I suppose if everyone is in agreement, we should just go with Merkabo. Splendid. Then from now on, this island will be known as Merkabo. Merkabo. You've been proving yourself by naming Merkaboro. I'd like to rely on you for another critical decision we will need to make on this island. Yes, yes, I hereby name you the island or the resident representative of Merkabauer. Plasma, could you please say a word or two as the new spokesperson for your neighbors? Howdy. So, we've settled on a name for our island, and we've settled on our island representative. It's been a big day, but it's gotten rather late. So let's have a toast. Everyone have a beverage in hand. It's fresh juice made from oranges, our new island representative harvested on this very island. Then, without further ado, a toast to Merkabo and the happiest of its residents. Cheers. Oh man, that's fun. Okay. So now that all that's done, I guess I go over to the campfire. We'll talk to Tom Nook again. Having a good time yet? I know all this is a bit much, so if you feel like taking a short nap in your tent, by all means, go ahead. We'll keep the fire burning. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But first, take this. It is your very own camping cot. So I guess we were just gonna lay on the ground beforehand. But then again, you know, like laying on like a tent ground. Granted, it's like snowy outside, but if it were like, I don't know, if it were like just normal grass and it was the tent, that wouldn't be so bad, you know? I don't know. Okie dokie. Here we are. Rest my head for a little while? I think I will. I'm getting sleepy. So, looks like you've decided to make your own way in the world. Get out there, explore new frontiers. That's all the right way. That's all the way, right, Daddy-O. You don't need to live by anyone's rules but your own. The world was made for exploring, you know. Living free, being out there, it's a great feeling. Yeah, But take it from a cat who's been on the road, being by your lonesome can grind on the soul. You've got to make friends along the way. Rambling this crazy world in Squaresville without some pals. Yeah, man, friends are where it's at. Speaking of rambling, I'm doing a bit of that myself. My bad. Maybe it's about time for you to wake up to your new life. But listen up. That rap I just gave about your friends, it's pretty key. You'll dig this island life a whole lot more if you share it with some friends, if that's your scene. Yeah, in an island paradise with your best pals sounds pretty groovy to me. Cool. When you wake up, you'll be in sync with real time. Dig that island life and I'll catch you later. Wait a minute, he said cats. That's a fucking dog. He's a fucking dog. Plasma, are you in there? Really up abruptly. But I wish to discuss something with you. Yes. I'll be here when you're ready. Holy shit, sounds like some dude yelling at me at my door. Ah, there you are. I hope you had a pleasant nap. Or, I was supposed a bit more than a nap, wasn't it? It's a brand new day. I guess I needed that. Oh, yes. Well, it's quite normal to be worn out after such a long trip and a major life event. Speaking of which, I have a few more things that you might find useful as you adjust to life in our little island paradise. First, you will need one of these, yes? It's your very own Nook phone. I had these especially made for island residents. I want to make sure it's working right, so could you please turn it on for me? Yay. So the Nook phone. The Nook phone has many things on it, and Tom Nook doesn't really help you with any of it at all. So we're just gonna say that we have used a smartphone before, and in fact, this operates like many other smartphones. So if you've operated a smartphone before, you probably know what a smartphone does, or what the smartphone does. And we're getting a new app called Island Life 101. Hip hip hooray. Perfect. Now you got the Island Life 101. Whatever. That's cool. That's enough about the app for now. Here's a letter. It's your itemized bill. So this includes everything: airfare, accommodations, labor, tax, and of course your Nook phone. Bringing your grand total to the modest sum of 49,800 bells. Okay. Yes. Well then, wait, you don't actually have any bells. I can't believe it. I didn't think of this. Of course, yes. Well, no need to worry. I was prepared for exactly this type of tricky situation. For the getaway package, you can pay your fees with miles instead of the standard bells. I call this extremely helpful service the Nook Mileage Program. Mileage. Well, it's quite extraordinary, if I do say so myself. With the mileage program, you can earn miles by simply living your life on Merkabo. I dare say, the more you enjoy your island life, the more miles you can earn. You can use them to pay back your move-in fees, and much more. So the bottom line is, you'll need 49,800 bells to pay in your move-in fee. But that's in this new service. Would you believe it? It only comes to 5,000 miles. I'll just go ahead and register so you can pay in miles. Yes, but there's more details available within your Nook phone. Just open the Nook Miles app and you'll see everything that you earn some miles just by traveling to the island and joining the program. So you must excuse me. I must go back to other matters. But let me heartily congratulate you once again on your arrival. And I'm so very happy to have you as a resident of Merkabauer and a client of Nook Inc. So yay, my new island life is underway. I can't wait to do whatever I want. From now on, the island time will match with the flow of real life time. Hip hip hooray! We can save. I want to open the mailbox because we have mail from the Big N. the Big N has sent us a letter from Mr. Mario himself. They want us to build a workbench. Get to work, you lazy bastard. Alright, so we have now we've done part of the first day, which is pretty cool. Or I guess the first 2 days. Technically it's still the first day. But I'm counting it as the first day, but you do sorta kinda enter the island the day before you actually start playing your save file for real, which is a little weird to have be part of the tutorial. No Animal Crossing game beforehand has used time travel as an actual mechanic in the game that just kind of happens. So once again, a little strange. Like juxtaposed to the rest of the series at the very least. It's fun to point out, so I wanted to while we had the opportunity. But anyway, let's go into the tent. Ah, Plasma, welcome, welcome. As you can see, it's quite cozy in here. It's funny how cozy doesn't always mean comfortable. Let me know if you need any advice on how to spend your time on the island or anything else. If you need some advice about basic island materials, you should talk to Timmy. He can help you produce some essentials for thriving on our little island paradise. If you want to earn some bells, he has a rather generous policy of purchasing just about anything. Not strictly advisable from a business perspective, but quite generous, yes, yes. Oh, and one more important thing. I'm offering a free DIY workshop that can help you really build out your island experience. I think that it would be quite useful, so I do hope you take me up on the up on it. So that's cool. If we talk to Timmy, he's got to tell us that he has everything settled up, but he can look at the stock. I want to do it some other time. So that so we can talk to him again, and then we can sell. And I'm just gonna sell all the fruit and the weeds that we have. We're gonna sell it for a total of 2,000 bells, which is pretty good. He's talking to us about eating fruit. That's something that I want to get into later. He doesn't actually go into the full mechanics of it, so again, stuff I want to get into later. As for right now, I want to buy a fishing rod. A net. And a slingshot. Everything else is good. Oh, I got miles. I got miles to earn. If you just like flick on your stick downward, like the right stick, you can get to the next available Nook miles as fast as humanly possible. Check this out. And now we've brought our total up to 1,000. So that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna be right back. Ah, I see you've discovered my DIY workbench. Yes, yes, the DIY workshop. Each participant will make and keep their own tools and receive a set of DIY recipes. I think that it will be quite useful for the island life. I shall put you down for the next available session. I would love to. Yes, yes. That's the island spirit. I happen to be free right this very moment, so let's get started. And welcome to the DIY workshop. I'm not sure why we had the transition there, because we didn't move at all. But anyway, you're gonna make a fishing rod. So we already have a fishing rod, but that's fine. I already have the, yep, I do. Okay, let's do it. Let's make the fishing rod. Woo! Yeah, baby. We made a fishing rod. That was perfect. As you can see, crafting is quite simple, provided you have the correct recipes. I'll just send, what's he sending to us? He's sending more recipes. What? Oh, no, no, no. He sent, yeah, he sent DIY recipes. So now I think I can learn this. Yep. Woohoo! Alright, so our next task is to catch a bunch of stuff. Which I don't really feel like doing, but I suppose we must. Oh. Okay, here we go. We've caught the attention of a fish. We are reeling in the fish. We caught it. It's an anchovy. Woohoo! I knew what it was before I had my character had to tell me what it was. I feel pretty proud of myself right now. Nab that sucker. This is a damselfly. Hip hip hooray. So yeah, I think while I'm like going around and doing and catching stuff, I think I'll probably just show the new animals and or the new critters and bugs that I catch, like this one, the common butterfly. But everything in between and stuff, I don't really think it's necessary. I would like to catch more fish, but they aren't spawning. And there are too many snowflakes around, so like the bugs, and the fact that it's winter, so there are like no bugs to begin with. But the bugs that are there aren't spawning because the snowflakes are out. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, fuck. I drew my line in too early. So that was a bit of a waste. Oh, here's a guy. Small little guy. No way in hell I'm drawing my line in too early this time. That's not happening. No! It happened! Fuck. Oh, it's just gonna walk right through it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And it's a sea bass. A lovely sea bass. I love you, sea bass. Oh, it's a dab. Not bad. Bum, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. A black bass. But I can't carry anything else. I gotta swap it with something else. Goodbye, snowflake. I'll be back for you. Oh no, I don't want to. Why do I want to craft? What would you like to talk to me about? I would like to talk to you about the creature I found. The dab. An old friend of mine runs a museum. I'd love to send it to him for a closer look. Would you be okay with that? Okay. Thank you, thank you. I promise I'll take extra care of your dab. That reminds me. This is in no way tied to your generous donation just now, but I do have a useful app to show you. It's the Critterpedia. I sent you the Critterpedia. It's a terrific resource for an aspiring island researcher such as yourself. With this one app, you'll get all the important details about all the bugs, all the fish, and all the sea creatures you can catch. I do hope you'll continue to fill it up with your discoveries and share me with them. Share it with me. I'm sure you'll be able to come up with some kind of additional reward. I don't know what that means. I found another creature though. This time it's a sea bass. Look at my sea bass. So he's gonna keep sending all these to his friend. I have taken advantage of the DIY workshop lately. That reminds me, he's been meaning to send me recipes. I just sent you a DIY recipe for an axe. That's good. We're gonna make use of that soon. Gonna make use of that very soon after we donate more creature. By the way, I have a proper reward for you this time. Oh my goodness, he's giving me red flowers. Alright. More creature. It's just gonna be this. I know I'm like speeding through a lot of the text here, but that's just because most of it's it's a little self-explanatory, and I don't wanna overindulge in just reading all the text and making this entire playthrough just like a book, you know? There he's telling us about like watering plants, so on and so forth. He sent us the DIY for a watering can. Watering can's gonna be helpful when we water our flowers. Hold the phone. Someone's calling. Blathers, is that you? Oh, what splendid timing. Yes, yes. Do you remember the venture we discussed? Well, it's come to fruition. And I am currently stationed on an island that we've decided to call Merkabo. Yes, yes. The local fauna are just as abundant as expected, as I told you. How many precisely, you ask? Well, there's no way of knowing just yet. But I've received, let's see, 5 outstanding specimens so far. Wait, seriously? Well, that's very exciting, but you'll have to excuse me. I'm with a customer right now. Go away. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. That was my friend Blathers, the one who creates a museum. Believe it or not, he's going to come to our island to help us identify and preserve the local creatures. But I could use your help, Plasma. Since you've done so much scouting and collecting already, would you be able to help find a spot for Blathers? We'll need a good-sized space that could really build out a world-class museum. So do keep that in mind. This is exciting. It's all coming together. Yes, yes. So with that done, and more Nook Miles to our name now. Plenty to come in this department too. Don't worry about your Nook Miles, boys and girls. Now, in terms of museum, I kind of... Let me imagine this. Yeah, that kind of looks good. Just right next to the plaza. Oh man, it's like perfectly lined up too. Or almost. It's almost perfectly lined up. Okay. Ah, Plasma. I take it you found a suitable spot for Blathers? Yes? I knew it. I'll let Blathers know that he can move it as soon as possible. In any case, I'd hate to see you push yourself too far on one day. So that's about as much as Tom Nook is going to have us do on one day. We can interact with this little thing. This is this is Nook Shopping. The ABD, if you will. Welcome to the Nook Stop. You get a bonus reward for coming here every day. Let's go ahead and open the Nook Shopping. There's going to be some interesting stuff here. Oh, the maracas are cool. There's a promotion tab. which is going to have just a bunch of Mario stuff in it. The daily selection, which swaps out stuff every day. And the seasonal selection, which is normally tied to holidays, special events, and stuff going on in the actual calendar. The ABD is going to be like your actual ATM sort of thing. And that should be that there. Let me go ahead and go to the workbench here. Yes, I want to make an axe. Fantastic. Now there is a tiny bit more that we could do to get stuff out the way, done and out the way today. Namely just weed cleaning. Like all these weeds I kind of want to see go. And I also want to show off the axe while we're here. So the axe has axe-like properties. Imagine what an axe does, and the flimsy axe can do it. Except for chopping down trees. Doesn't actually do that, funny enough. But while we're here, I want to talk about not just chopping down trees, but chopping down stones. As you can see, this stone is giving me money, which is nice. I like when rocks produce money. That's always fun. Normally the rock isn't going to produce money. The rocks are going to produce more rocks, which kind of just makes sense. It's in line with rocks. When you hit them, you make more rock. Let's see this one. Yep, there's a rock. There's another rock. There's some more rock. And there's some iron. So that is going to be a very important piece of stuff for us here. That tiny material we want to hold on to. It's important. And I guess the weeds, I don't want to clean up the whole island, but I see a fish. I see a fish just chilling. Oh no. He's running. No! These darn fish, I tell ya. These darn fish, I tell ya. Oh, I fished up an empty can. I fished up an empty can. Fished up an empty can. I fished up an empty can. It did. Swap it. And so now that we've basically cleared the island of all of the weeds, I can't really say that there's a whole lot left to do on the first day. So with that being said, I think this is probably a decent enough time to pretty much end off the episode. I'm gonna make a little snowman though before we do. So I hope to see you guys here every day. I kind of plan on doing this every day to some extent. It's a little bit of a challenge I'm putting on myself, but I really do think that if I put my mind to it and I am steadfast, I can 100% do this series every day. Do the Animal Crossing every day. Hoot hoot. Animal Crossing every day, daily uploads. Yippee. I hope you guys are excited. I'm as excited as I am because I'm excited. In fact, I've never been more excited for a Let's Play ever, which is weird because, you know, you'd think it'd be like, oh, Sonic or like Crash or something that I'd be like so excited over. And no, it's actually Animal Crossing. So whatever. I guess that's cool. But anyway, here's a snow boy. Your snow crafting sensibilities are admirable. For your first snowfloke, I look pretty good. With just a little bit more practice, I'm sure you could build a perfect me. Is this not a perfect snow boy? What? I think he looks fine. Whatever. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, and I will see you guys tomorrow on Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'll see you guys then. Let's do a little save.